3, 2. And welcome to another edition of Pop It. It's a pop culture game show with your host, me, Matt Rebar. Today, we have 3 players totally ready to dominate. We have returning 2-time winner, Christian Hinton, all the way from Kent, Ohio. We have putting the ass in Texas is Brendan Kelly, my good friend. And TikTok extraordinaire, I would say, as well. So he knows about the TikTok things. And my business girl, Monica Granada, is joining us today. And, her camera went off. She must have jumped off, but she'll be back on. And, there she is. There she is. She's like, surprise entrance. I like it. So it's pretty simple. 5 pop culture topics. Everyone gets 30 seconds. I basically give you points on if I agree. If you bring something up that's a good point, whatever. It's pretty subjective. So we're just going to jump right into it with our first topic. It's the new Wendy Williams biopic, Wendy Williams the movie, executively produced by Wendy Williams, airing on Lifetime. Christian, let's start with you. What did you think of the trailer for that?
Oh, God. Okay, so first off, I just wanted to say I was laughing because of how hilarious the concept of a Wendy Williams movie is. I mean, maybe more people will know more about her, but I don't really see why she deserves a movie right now. And I'm just going to tell you, Matt, I did not watch the whole trailer because I looked at it. It was like the first 10 seconds and I just started laughing. I had to turn it off. It was just, why are we making movies about these people? We should make movies about cooler things like Inception. Or if you guys saw Tenet. I'm done.
That's your time. Beautiful. Moving on to Brendan. Brendan, Wendy Williams biopic. What'd you think?
Well, I thought April Fool's came early this year. When I saw that, I was like, there's no way in hell. I literally lost it when they showed the clip of her laying on the ground after she had that seizure, acting like, honestly, like, I think that she has to be canceled already.
Oh, is that your time? You got 10 more seconds.
I'm not a fan whatsoever. I think it's hilarious, and I think it's going to go in down the shitter.
I like how you were like, I don't need that whole 30 seconds. You're like, here you go. And closing it off, Monica, what'd you think? Your 30 seconds starts now.
Well, hearing that it was a Lifetime movie, my expectations were ridiculously low before I even, clicked on the trailer. But then I started watching it, and I was kind of like, although she might have some drug issues and things like that, she kind of looks like a badass woman. And, I kind of resonated with that. So I might watch it. I mean, my expectations are low, but it is 2020, so what can you do?
Oh my gosh, I love it. I have to agree. The first thing I saw was the Lifetime. I was like, oh, here we go. And 2, I got to say the trailer did a great job making it look like Wendy Williams solved like cancer or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like so dramatic and so like you would have thought that she did more than just gossip about people. So I got to say the editing department, fantastic job. Moving on, Mariah Carey said, here's more Christmas. She released Oh Santa, a new song and video with Ariana Grande and Jennifer Hudson. What did we think? We'll start back with Monica first on this one.
Well, first of all, I thought the costumes and just overall decor and feel in the music video was amazing. In addition, I really thought that Jennifer Hudson was amazing and the star of the show, and it did a little bit of a disservice to her, but I think overall really well done, but I would have liked to see more Jennifer Hudson.
I got to agree with you there. Christian, what do you think? Your 30 seconds starts now.
I'm not really a big fan of Mariah Carey, and obviously in before episodes I've spoke about Ariana Grande and her multiple writers that she uses for every one of her songs. And I'm just really not a fan. I mean, these are just all recycled people that have been in these holiday shows over and over and over again. I want to see someone like Taylor Swift, Lana Del Rey, Rihanna, one of those great artists do something with a Christmas and be exposed to people. These are people that are lip syncing year after year after year and just writing their way with 10 writers.
That's your time.
Every single song every year.
Perfect. And Brendan, close us out. What do you think of the new Mariah Carey with J Hud and Ariana?
I think it's an absolute embarrassment that what's her name? Mariah Carey literally has to be featured in everything. This isn't freaking Make-A-Wish. This isn't like I'm sorry, like she has to go. Like her voice sounds like diarrhea, and like I don't know like who's like doing her voiceovers or whatever it is called. Like I just think Mariah Carey has to pack up her bags and leave.
I like how you don't even need the 30 seconds. You're like mic drop. At the end of the day, she needs to leave. Some sad news for people who still listen to Radio Disney, as the three people who do. Radio Disney is shutting down in early 2021 after 25 years on air. Are we surprised? Are we like, oh, I didn't know that was still on air? What do we think? We'll start back. Brendan, what do you think?
I didn't know they were still on air, and I'm actually really sad because I remember when I was 13, I wasted my entire family's monthly minutes for AT&T trying to win Demi Lovato tickets. I didn't get them. I got in trouble. But I used to love Radio Disney. They used to play Who Let the Dogs Out on repeat over and over again. So it's going to be something that's going to be missed.
I like how it was for Demi Lovato. Of all people it could have been, it was Demi Lovato.
I know.
It's really funny to me. I don't know why. Christian, what do you think? Radio Disney.
RIP Radio Disney. Somebody played taps in the background. This is so sad. It is so sad because I remember flying to places like Georgia and Florida and Texas, and always on the airplanes in the little side armrest was always a radio station. You could turn to Radio Disney, and I just remember listening, and it always reminded me about my favorite Disney shows that were coming up, and it was just a great resource, and I loved all the music. Hannah Montana, Justin Bieber, all these people, Demi Lovato, all bops, and this
That's
was
your time.
music from their shows. I love it. All right.
Our business specialist, Monica, I feel like you might have a good take on this. You're 30 seconds.
So I agree that it is sad, and I do have fond memories, as a child, but it's not surprising to me. I mean, Disney as a corporation has laid off over 30,000 employees. I'm not that familiar with the radio business model, but if you think about the target demographic of Radio Disney, I don't think that they're probably listening to the radio much these days. They're doing TikTok and things like that. So, I mean, it's not surprising, but sad.
All right, that's your time. And more business news. Warner Brothers Studio announced that all of their movies next year will hit the theaters and HBO Max the same date, which is crazy. I'm sure movie theater people, who own movie theaters, they're not happy about it. HBO Max, though, probably happy about it. Let's get back to our business chick, Monica. What do you think? You're 30 seconds on this dilemma.
I was actually pretty shocked hearing that news, not really knowing too much of the details, but I personally was excited, but I'm just wondering how they're going to combat some of like the recording and releasing it to, free sites and things like that. So from a business perspective, I'm sure that they've looked into all of these details, but I'm just interested to see if it'll continue past 2021 because I'm just not sure how well it will work. Personally, I'm excited.
Hey, Christian, what do you think about the Warner Brothers and HBO deal?
Yeah, I love Warner Brothers. I love their movies. I've always loved the DC movies and everything else and the Christopher Nolan movies. I like this move, and I'll tell you why. This was going to happen anyway eventually, and why not just accelerate it into next year when we don't even know what's going to happen with the pandemic? It's a really smart move. If it doesn't have to continue into the next year, that's fine. If the theaters struggle too much, it will not continue, but I don't see the theaters struggling too much. I think this is good for both theaters and HBO Max.
And that's your time. Moving on to Brendan. What do you think about this whole debacle?
So I think it's really cool. I think movie theaters are disgusting and dirty. So like being able to sit at like home and like just have like a bevy with you and like being able to watch like a bunch of cool movies like whenever you want, just for like a small cost. I think that it's I don't know. I really do like it. I'm excited to watch some movies with you guys.
And that's your time. Sweet. And our final topic, it's Billboard's #1 song of the year, The Weeknd's Blinding Lights. But the Grammys said, girl, we ain't heard of that song. Didn't nominate it for anything. Didn't nominate The Weeknd for everything. People are still talking about this big snub. What do we think? Do the Grammys, are they wrong? Are they right? How do you feel about it? Brendan, we'll go back to you on this one.
Well, Blinding Lights, more like Bleeding Ears. I cannot stand that song. Whenever I hear it on the radio, I have to turn it off. I honestly feel like it's like deja vu. Like every single time I turn on the radio, it's always on. I think it was a good choice that they didn't get a Grammy. So maybe that'll just go to show The Weeknd that he should make better music.
All right. And moving on to Christian, what do you think about this situation?
Yeah, what's really sad about it is I think a lot of people's expectations for whatever reason now are that just because the song is #1 means it has to win a Grammy. I agree with Brendan, I think the song sucks. I like The Weeknd, but his music all sounds the same to me. It's very similar to these top-end artists. I urge people to listen more to other artists, but I think The Weeknd, he's put out good stuff, but this isn't his best stuff. He didn't deserve a Grammy. I think the nominations aren't that good this year, but they still deserve it. They wouldn't be nominated.
That's your
otherwise.
time. Beautiful. Monica, close out the show with your opinion. Blinding Lights done by the Grammys. What do you think?
So actually, when you sent me the topics, I actually had no idea even that was what the song was called. Like, I've obviously heard it. I don't love it. It's not typically the type of music that I listen to, but to be honest, a lot of in previous years music that's been nominated for Grammys hasn't been, my taste either. That's what I think is, music is personal, and if like an artist or their fans want to be upset, it's fine. It might be just because that song is personal to them. And I don't really have an opinion on it because I don't have an opinion on the song.
And that's your time. Beautiful. Well, I got to tell you guys, today was really close. It's another 1.1 point difference from first to third place. So in third place with 20 points and maybe needed to take a little bit more of their time allotted, Brendan, 20 points. Good job today. With 21 points in second place is Monica. And in first place with 22 points is Christian. It was so close. That last question literally decided it. So good job to everyone who played. Thank you for joining. Christian, we'll see you in 2 weeks. You're like the Ken Jennings of this show. And Monica, Brendan, we're going to have you on in the future.
Baby.
Yeah.
Monica, Brendan, we're going to have to bring you back on another episode because you guys were great. I loved Monica's business way, and Brendan just delivering just hot opinion after hot opinion was titillating, to say the least. So until next time, peace out.
Bye, guys.
Bye.